have to go into the discomfort to find yourself and find out what has been planned for you.
Clarity comes from moving.
The systems and the way things are set up in Dubai, in Europe, they are very good systems.
They work.
Here, you just have to be soft because everything will drive you crazy.
20 years from now, when you look back at this version of you, the one sitting on this chair today, what do you hope she's most proud of?
I hope she's most proud of the lives she's impacted and the life she's built for herself. This is going to sound corny, just do it. Everyone says, just do it, just do it. No, but really, just do it.
When God felt farthest, what did you discover about him or about yourself that you couldn't have learned any other way?
I can be very frank and say God feels very far right now. That initial letter of you have these millions to pay was just like, my life is over, I am done, someone shoot me. I'm trying to be more intentional with Idza outside of Sawari. I think, like I said, it just takes up so much of my time. And I guess it's the solo founder. Yes, because there's no one to balance these things with. Everything is on top of me.
It's ironic, and the way, like, for me, till today, I still wonder, like, we were in the same country, and I think I saw you, like, maybe 2 times.
That like speaks to how much I was working.
But then also, because you guys only have one day off on a random day of the week.
And like I said, I'm a spirit who likes doing things. So 6 days a week we are working. The one day you have off, you just want to sleep. I know now that every decision that I have made has been well thought out and well planned. There was something that was already there for me. I just didn't know it at the time.
Hey family, welcome back to the Grace and Glow podcast, and welcome to season 4, the era you've been praying for. If you missed part 1 of this conversation, please go back and listen first. You'll thank me later. Last week, we sat with my cousin Idza, Kashero, and we spent real time on who she is, her identity, our family, the friendships that hold her, the values she stands on. And then we walked through the going, Italy, Qatar, Dubai, and we left her on a plane home, having yes to a calling that was about to cost her everything she'd built. And today we land, we go into the coming home, the hardest build, the faith tested, and the 200 jobs that she's created, the people around her now, and what walking out purpose actually looks like when there is no longer a beautiful idea, but a Wednesday afternoon problem. So Idza, welcome back. We're ready to go again.
Okay, let's go.
So guys, we're back and we'll get straight into it. If you haven't watched part 1, you've missed a lot of gist. So please just go there. We're not going to do the intro again because I think we did a bit of justice to the intro. But what I think Idza didn't mention, we've just been dropping the name here and there. You didn't mention that you're the founder of Sawari.
Oh, hi. Yes.
But now they know the company you keep talking about that you're building is actually Sawari. So in case you guys, you can find, I think we'll leave the page so that you can find out what they do and connect there, and as well connect with Idza. But we get into the questions today. So now you're back here, you have landed. What kind of home were you expecting? And what was the gap between that and what you found?
Honestly.
Did you come with money by the way?
I came with money.
You had saved?
I had saved.
I mean, you didn't have days off, so you weren't spending your money.
I wasn't.
And you guys had
much.
Accommodation.
No, to be honest, Dubai.
Except the shopping bit.
You shop, you spend. I was eating sushi like I was living simply how. Anyway, I did have a few savings. I came home knowing that I was moving back into my parents' house, which was probably the most depressing part. But still a blessing.
Because you had somewhere to go back
exactly.
to.
So it's really hard when you go from leaving home at 18 and then coming back at 20. 27, I think 27, 28. And then you're coming back to still having to tell people
where you've gone. Hey, don't close the door.
Don't lock the door. that was the most difficult thing about coming back into my parents' house. But I'm still glad that I came and I had a good support system. No one was bashing me about quitting my job or anything. It was just like, you know what, you have a home here. I was really well received.
Yeah. Which is good. I think that's actually maybe what gave you a bit more cushioning to like now take your time to explore what you really wanted to do. So in the early days of building, what was the lie you kept having to talk yourself out of believing?
I'm very self-critical.
Yeah.
So I know not having a job for 5 months is a very short time.
Yeah.
But for me, it felt like eons. It
felt
felt like
5 months.
5 months. 5 months. But in Nairobi, the standard, people can be, unemployed for a very, very long time.
In Dubai, you can't. 5 months, your visa, like your visa expired. In fact, you can't do extension. You have to exit
and come back.
Which
is ridiculous. So for me, especially because I'm someone who loves doing things.
Yeah.
Okay. So it became I felt like I didn't have purpose.
Yeah.
So now
I'm just sleeping.
I'm just sleeping. And I wasn't just sleeping, to be fair. I wasn't just sleeping and eating my parents' food. I was job hunting. I can't sit still. I'm a person who cannot sit still. So
what does job hunting look like in Nairobi?
LinkedIn, going to talk to connections, going to meet this person, going to meet
that
this person.
That is still a fancy job hunting. It's not like drop your CV type in Dubai in the heat.
No, I didn't go around with a brown envelope, no. But I was being very proactive with that. But it still felt like, I was doing nothing, even though I was trying. Eventually I did find something to shikilia me, but it wasn't what I wanted.
But funny thing is, I don't think I had known for the longest time you were at Sankara until when I showed up when I used to come for work. When I was at Dell, we used to stay at Sankara. And one of the days I'm signing my room bill, and the guy sees me signing my surname, and then he said, is your name, are you related to Idza Kashero? And I'm like, yeah, she's my cousin. And she's like, oh, she's my boss. So I think now the other waiters that never used to treat me nicely, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. I think even Sankara knows. Those guys really didn't do, they were not good guys.
We were suffering. We were working really hard.
Do you know, did I ever tell you those guys left me at the airport for a pickup?
Oh, yes,
Twice.
I remember.
Twice.
I remember that.
Yeah, I think till today I'm still scarred.
Oh, no, you need to go back now. Now it's...
Me, I moved on. Now I'm a Radisson person. Radisson Upper Hill Kwanza. But
you're hurting us.
But however, what did you have to grieve from the life you left behind before you could fully arrive in the one you were building?
Independence. Because now, I love my parents, but now I was, living at home comes with a cost. You are,
you become like a mtu wa mkono now. Because everybody now starts sending you up and down.
Idza, go do this, cook food. Have you cooked dinner? When you live alone, you can decide you're just having a sandwich and you're fine. But especially with dad and mom, they're so traditional. They need ugali, chicken, everything needs to be a
mom full... those bogas and kinadadi.
Exactly. So I missed that that sense of autonomy. I also missed that I missed spending as I wanted to. Because now you're on Marina savings, Mall. You have to be very conscious on how much you're spending. Luckily Nairobi is not as expensive as Dubai, but it's still expensive. So
I feel like when I'm here, people say Nairobi isn't as expensive, but if you want to experience the same Dubai lifestyle, I feel like I would spend less to experience the same.
Oh wow.
If you think about a not so fancy hotel has really good stuff in Dubai.
That's true.
I'd go to a legit solid fine dining restaurant that's here, not there. And I'd easily spend maybe I'd have a nice steak.
Yeah.
But here, if I go somewhere and I want to have the same, I have to go to somewhere like overly rated, top tier, and then now I'm spending a premium. And even to get there, it's just a hidden gem. Like, it's not like, it's nice.
Yeah.
But not to the price point, like for what I'm paying for.
Yeah. I get that. You can just go down the street and visit any
nice
looking
cafe,
restaurant, and the food will still be so good. Service is so good.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go to Radisson.
Yeah. If you want that fine dining, and actually, I think they're like minimum you're spending like that's 11K.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's true.
Yeah. It's actually more expensive. Even it is.
So
like,
that life I left behind.
Yeah. Do you feel like did you grieve like the kind of dreams and aspirations you had for yourself? Because there's a version of someone that you thought you were becoming, and now you have to grieve that to embrace the you that you're becoming now.
Yeah, for sure. I think, like I said, I'm such a planner.
Yeah.
So when things don't go to plan, it literally shifts my whole world. Yeah. I'm not a person of embracing change. I don't embrace change very easily. Even though it was my decision to quit and come back home, it was still such an adjustment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it really difficult to leave that life behind that I already had, and that career path
that you had built for yourself. Yeah.
And then come here to somewhat nothing.
And figure it out. Yeah. And I guess that's I think the reason. But the thing you've done different is what a lot of people struggle to do is like, even despite that like discomfort, make the decision to still pursue what you want. Yeah. A lot of people are stuck because they're like, I'd rather sit in this like thing I don't like than like completely stretch myself and explore what could possibly become. Cause change.
Yeah, now that I can't understand.
Like
you have to go into the discomfort to find yourself and find out what has been planned for you.
Yeah. Clarity comes from moving.
Yeah. Sitting in comfort is never, I think is never the way.
I think because even the thing is like now when I look at how I explore the world, there's specific things I don't know, I don't like, or I like. I discover that I like something or don't like something by exploring the thing.
Yeah.
Like the specific seafood I just don't like because I've tasted it and I'm just like, this is not for me. But I would have never known like prior, like, if someone said, what don't you eat? I wouldn't say those things because I haven't experienced them before. And even in relationships, I now know what I can't take because I've experienced it before. Like, you need to experience to add to the list.
Yes, exactly.
You're like, hey, this one I don't want to ever see again. Yeah. What did the early build? So, because we're now talking about now that you're home and you now build the whole business plan and the process for you. What did the early build expose about you that the hoteliers had let you hide?
Being a hotelier, you have everything planned for you. You have your shifts that are set. You have SOPs that are followed to a T. So it's a very structured life, which is fantastic. I think
you just come in, plug and play.
You just plug in and play.
Yeah.
This now was completely out of my comfort zone in that I was dictating my own schedule. I am the one who's now creating something from scratch. It was something I've never done before.
Yeah.
I'm so used to everything already being set. I just step into a role. So this was now me defining a role, which I think was difficult, but I think the best thing for me because it helped me discover myself and my capabilities. It made me discover that I'm not limited. And there's so many opportunities out there that anyone can step into. I'd say that's what it really taught me.
You've actually in corporate, it's the same like experience because a lot of people who work for big companies get paid a lot of money and they think, well, like I'm a senior manager XYZ. When you put them in startups, they struggle.
Yeah,
because now they're being asked to come up with the systems to make that business work. And they're like, I've never had to do that in my life. I just know how to execute like a plug and play.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize like the people who you might sometimes perceive as the ones that are like very capable, you put them there, they die. And some you put them there and they thrive because, environments shape a lot of that.
Yeah. I think also me having such a corporate background really shaped how I set up the company. So I was very strict about, and I even learned this later, SOPs and standards and procedures are so important at the beginning. So the way I set up the company with the corporate background, I already had that advantage.
Yes. Because then it makes it, and even if you delegate, everybody knows you're working at the backbone of what.
Exactly.
Yeah. What was the lowest moment and what did you discover was true about you in that moment?
The lowest moment, I'd say around 2024. At the time, the company, I think, was 3 to 4 years old. And the taxman came knocking. And my previous accountant, or rather I had used an external company to do the accounting, had really, really messed up. And so they came in, they did an audit, and there were some hidden things that were discovered. And we ended up initially having a hefty amount to pay. Let me just say that, which now hit me like a brick wall.
And you paid that?
Huh? No, we didn't pay.
Okay. You negotiate those things.
No, the assessment was incorrect, so we had brought it down. But just that initial letter of you have these millions to pay was just like, my life is over. I am done. Someone shoot me.
And then who am I telling that we're being asked to pay?
And then you're just looking at those figures like this money does not exist.
I mean, we don't even have this money in the books. We don't even have this money in the books.
Anyway, they re-audited. The amount was reduced significantly. Still had a lot to pay. But what, for me, that meant failure. Yeah.
Like an oversight.
It was an oversight. I'm just like, I'm always someone who now goes back and sees, where did I mess up?
Yeah.
Why didn't I do it the right way? And then I dwell on that instead of thinking forward.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2024 was the lowest for me because I kept bashing myself. Like I said, I'm self-critical. I was just like, how could you make this mistake? Why didn't you just hire an in-house accountant in the beginning? And then I just started spiraling and making the issue bigger than it really was. Now, if KRA comes knocking, I'm just like, hey, how you doing?
Have a seat.
Have a seat.
Yeah.
But for me, that was the end. I said, I am.
And Gava is just like, Gava is just generally scary, even when you're not guilty.
Yeah. And I just made it such a big thing. And I was really, I felt low because I just considered myself a failure, even if the business was still going.
Yeah. That happens. What did you have to unlearn from your years in a 5-star hotel to build something that fits the region? Because I know, because you did a bit of that conversation on which I can share the link so that you guys have a bit of the discussion on the business side. But what was that? What did you have to unlearn?
Flexibility. The systems and the way things are set up in Dubai, in Europe, they are very good systems.
They work.
Here, you just have to be soft because everything will drive you crazy. People don't have the same tenacity or attention to detail. Their systems don't work as well, or they are not as thorough. So going from 5-star hotels abroad and then even just coming to 5-star hotels here, you're just like, how are you guys working? You're just living on faith. You're just
making it work.
Going into opening a business and then trying to work with banks or with government bodies, then it's even like 10 times harder.
Tell me about it.
So you just have to learn to be flexible because there will be a lot of barriers, a lot of hurdles, a lot of people that you just have to give them a kakitu, which is just unnecessary to get the bare minimum done. So lots of flexibility.
That's a lot. Because I must say, like, for me, even doing business in the region just made me realize when I got into cybersecurity rather, when I was in tech, I wasn't really in the commercial side of things. But like in the Middle East, I got to realize like I could approach someone and genuinely do business without us like really doing that informal of like we must the wine and dine type thing.
Yeah.
Here, when I started handling Africa, I suffered. Hey, like you finish meetings when I'm on a work trip, I'm so exhausted and I have to go entertain these guys because that's the only way I'll get business.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really insane. So I want to ask a question that matters most, I think, in this conversation because we've touched a bit on faith a little earlier. Obedience isn't a one-time decision. So you did an initial obedience move. It's what you do after that matters. When the breakthrough doesn't come and when prayer feels like a closed ceiling, what does that look? Take me through what that feels like for you. Was there a season where you weren't sure if you were obeying God or just stubbornly refusing to admit you'd been wrong for you in this journey?
I think I struggle with that every day to date. And I say that because a lot of the time we are taught that we need to surrender.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me being the overthinking planner that I am, it's so hard for me to surrender.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of the decisions that I make on a day-to-day basis, we are taught that those are conversations you need to have with God. You need to have God in your life, not just
a part of your life.
A part of your life, right? So I struggle with that. I will ponder on something so hard.
Then inform God.
And then later on, I'm like, oh, okay, wait. Hi, God.
I was working on this thing. I've been working on this.
Do you want to step in at some point? And I struggle with that, especially when I'm going through a tough time or I have a big decision to make.
Yeah.
I'll give the example of, let's say I have 3 different things I need to pay, salary being one, and maybe other suppliers being one. And I'm really struggling about where to put the money.
Yeah.
You know, I always prioritize the stuff because I know
there's a lot of dependency.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it still bugs me that I still have other things to pay that I haven't paid on time.
Yeah. Because, integrity. It's just an integrity thing. Yeah.
If we've decided this, it should be done at this time. But business will teach you that's not how the world works.
Always. It doesn't always work that way.
Clients will delay paying you. You will delay paying suppliers. You have to make a decision as to where the money that you have goes. So I struggle with that a lot. And then I realize, oh my gosh, God. And then the funny thing is, sometimes when I just decide to surrender, and I'm like, you know what? Let it be. Bam, a client pays. And now it always happens when I surrender. But then it will take me like a week to realize that I need to surrender. Yeah.
Actually, you just said that I was going to ask, the thing with surrender, areas where we've seen God do it, we tend to trust God. So like, for example, for me, I think there are areas I'm surrendered and then there are areas God is still working. Like when it comes to my career, that one, like I never worry because God has been so consistent in showing up for me and me taking instructions and seeing what those results look like, that if now God says you can leave that job, I leave because he's done this thing before and I know it always takes me to a better place. Do you feel like there are specific areas that are the same for you? Like you've mastered surrender in specific areas and then there are areas, like there's an area like here, me and God, we are locked. But then here,
I feel like I've surrendered in the relationship front. I'm very calm. I don't feel pressure to run to marriage or pressure to run to have children. I think that's a blessing because I know, once you hit 30, it's like all of a sudden there's pressure from family, internal pressure. I don't feel that at all.
Same.
So they have surrendered. I'm just like, you know what? When God is ready, he will show up.
You'll make up. You'll make a way.
But with business,
it's a day by day.
Day by day. Some things I've learned. Like the supplier thing. I have learned. But other things, big decisions, massive decisions that can impact the way business runs. those are now the things that I struggle with.
Yeah, because you feel those are heavily dependent. Those others have like other things tied to them. So you could they're like, hey, this is not within my control.
Yeah.
What did you stop praying for because the silence had gotten too loud?
I stopped praying for, I think this is part of the relationship thing. I stopped praying for a partner.
Do you feel do you feel like it's a surrender thing or a lack of desire in this season?
Definitely a surrender thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's not a lack of desire.
Like in this season, it's not like an entire, there's there are seasons where you're like, I really would want someone now. And then like there are certain seasons where you just have a lot going on. You're like, even if I did get one now, I don't know where I'd plug the person.
Yeah. That's the funny thing. My thought process is there'll always be something.
Yeah.
So you can say this is not the season, but when will be the season? Because you can... I feel like there's never a right time to...
When the person comes, you make time. Yes. You make room for them.
If you want them in your life, you
make room.
Make room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. I was just asking for context. Not that I any of those perspectives.
Are you sure?
No. To be honest, I'm always open-minded, but I can't say that I don't think I proactively like put myself out there. Is this something I pray about? Yeah, but I wouldn't say like there's a faith element. Sometimes I feel like I'm not quite sure whether it's a good thing or a bad thing because it's not top of mind. I think it's one of those things I've said, like, if I seek you first the kingdom of God and then everything else shall be added. So I kind of feel like it's part of the everything else.
Yeah.
The thing I'm intentionally cautious about is making sure that like my heart or my emotions aren't stirred before the time is right. So that I don't end up pouring as much love into a person, especially at this time when it would be a distraction instead of me preparing for whoever that would be, because that distraction will also make me miss that opportunity and also miss my building phase. Yeah. So that's my worry, is that like I'm conscious of where my heart is, like guarding my heart, not shutting my heart, but like guarding my heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you seem like you're not believe it?
I'm like, you're supposed to be asking me questions, but I have questions.
You see.
Do you think you'll ever be ready though?
I am ready. Not will I ever be ready. I think I am ready. The thing is, I think there's always a mindset I have around like when you could be ready, but just maybe the circumstances or the place you are currently placed doesn't position you to be seen by the person or the people you're expected to serve. And that could be relationship. It could be anything, even opportunities.
Yeah.
So it's not that you're not ready. It's just that the thing that's supposed to find you hasn't. And sometimes it's also, I could think I'm ready, but there is something in me that God needs to work so that person gets the best out of me. And I don't know. So when you've trusted that side of life to God, like for me, I think if I work on myself, then everything else that's supposed to will come towards me. If
Okay. Makes sense.
You see? When God felt farthest, what did you discover about him or about yourself that you couldn't have learned any other way? And when was that?
I can be very frank and say God feels very far right now.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah? He feels...
Is it because of salaries?
It's because of salaries that... It's a number of things.
Yeah.
And it's been a tough, I would say, start to the year.
Yeah.
Business-wise.
Yeah.
And it feels like business is still good, but there've been other things that have been taking my attention from running the business. Like other fires that I'm having to put. There's constantly fires left, right, and center.
Okay.
And that has made me feel like, okay, God, when will I catch a break? Because I would say from that 2024 when I had a dip, it's just been back to back fire. I feel like I'm a firefighter more than a business owner a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when will we get to a point where everything is just like sailing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I'm just tired.
Yeah, I hear what you mean.
To be honest.
And I guess it's honest. It's an interesting place to be when you're honest about that's where you're at.
Yeah.
Because I think I'm always one of the things I think conversations I have all the time with around Christian circles is sometimes we play religion so much that we're not vulnerable enough for us to get the kind of help we need. And also not vulnerable enough for us to ask God for the kind of help we need. Yeah. So when scripture talks about in your weakness, in my weakness is where like God can express his strength through you.
Yeah.
If you act like you're good, God is like, yeah, you be doing you because you're good. But the season sometimes feels longer. But like, you know, when it finally comes, as you've said, like the previous experiences, that it now makes sense in retrospect. Yeah. So like, I'm hoping that for you, that might be the case. Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. But I mean, I still speak with him. I'm not this person who just becomes like, I'm not praying. I'm so mad at you, God.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's so easy to become that. I think what I do is just, I'm like, God, surely, are we still doing this?
Yeah.
Like, I am tired. Can you just at least... I've been your strongest soldier.
No, for a while.
Just give me a bit of a break. I'm just praying for a break, and then, you know, I can be your strongest soldier later.
Yeah. I know. Like, you know, the New Year's resolution, and guys are like, remove me off that list for this year. I don't want to be there. Is there a verse or a prayer or a moment with God that you go back to when you need to remember he's still in this?
It's a very I feel like this is the one verse or chapter everybody on earth knows. But for me, it's so dear to me because, do you remember Auntie Christine, one of
our nannies?
Our nannies. Yeah. She taught me this verse, chapter, Psalm 23.
Oh, the Lord is my shepherd,
And I know that chapter off head. So I always go back to that one because it brings me to a place of comfort. And it reminds me that God is always in my corner. There are so many other verses that I really love, but that one for me
is spot on. Because especially in your season now, that is what the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down. You know how I remember the verse? In Utawala, we had a song. There's a song by Whitney Houston. She's done a rendition of The Lord is My Shepherd.
Oh, she has?
With a choir, yes.
Oh, I'm searching that today.
Yes. Oh, it's very old school, so you won't find like a really good like production version of it. But it's really nice. It's you're a way better singer than I am, so. But it sounds like the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Then the choir. Oh, he maketh me to lie down in green pastures.
Oh,
and then you hear the kids. That's how I remember it. And especially when like I'm like frustrated, music is my go-to place. But yeah, that's a fantastic scripture. I'm just realizing how is time going so fast, and I haven't even
we talk too much.
Yeah, that's the problem. Let's talk about the 200 people that you now have on your team. What's a key value that you look for? What are maybe 2 key values you look for when hiring guys?
With hospitality, it's attitude.
Yeah.
That I would say is number 1.
Yeah.
You have to have the heart for hospitality because it's a very demanding field. You're on your feet a lot of the time. You're tired, and then you still have to smile and make people happy, especially when they're pissing you off. Yeah. So your attitude is, I would say,
I want to speak to the manager.
70% of it, you know, even when people are being ridiculous, you have to accommodate. You can't be a tough person or an angry person or not a bubbly person in hospitality. It doesn't work. Second thing I would say is integrity. This one is a bit hard because you can't
test it without,
but you can always feel
good conduct.
Good conduct. These days, people can buy good conduct. I'm telling you.
In Kenya,
yeah, you can.
Gosh.
You search for it and
Why
it won't
like
exist.
this?
People go to cybers and make fake ones.
This country. Who provides these fake ones?
Cybers.
Okay.
The number I've received and I've had to send people back, there's already a tell.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Things like food handlers licenses, people also forge. So those are the things now come out.
But you have a system of being able to validate these documents.
Good conduct, yes.
Food those ones.
Food handlers, I won't mention which politician needs to work on that one, but it needs to be worked
Somebody
on.
needs to.
Yeah. So integrity, most of the time you feel it in interviews. You'll a lot of people forge CVs as well. You ask them about the job, they won't know the job. So those kinds of things. But I'm not going to say that everyone who passes is a
good candidate.
You know, you'll even find that out over time.
Yeah.
You know, we've had cases where people have picked things or, drunk at work. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
It happens, yeah.
But those now, attitude and integrity are really a value for us.
What, okay, drunk at work. What have your employees seen in you that you struggle to see in yourself?
On rare occasions, but good occasions, I always get people who would come back to me and thank me for giving them the opportunity.
Yeah.
And they say very nice things.
Okay.
I'm terrible with
positive compliments. You're like, okay, things. So now, okay, thanks.
I don't know what to do with the information. I'm just happy for them.
Yeah.
So what I don't see in myself is what I've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only see the negative.
I always
mostly.
see the negative. Now I'm saying I've not paid salaries on time because of issues.
Yeah.
I will focus on that.
Yeah.
But the day that I pay salaries on time, I won't even think about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when they come to me and they tell me these things, thank you for the opportunity. I've now gone on to become this. God bless you abundantly. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
I need to focus on these other bad things that are happening.
So but you need those actually. I think sometimes you need those because they not in a prideful way, they validate the kind of work. I feel like it's an extension of God showing you the kind of impact you make. But, especially when it comes with balance, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
As long as it's not coming in a way to pump you up and fill you with pride. Then,
it never does. I'll be like, oh, this is nice for 5 minutes. Then I'm like, okay, wait, we've
moved on.
The other problems that we have to solve.
Yeah. One other question around service. What's broken about service in this region that you suspect is actually a symptom of something deeper?
So a lot of people think Kenyans are so good at hospitality and we are well trained and we are great at it. But it's not because we love it. Whereas in Dubai, there are people who actually have studied hospitality. If you go there, the waiters, they really want to.
Yeah.
Hospitality in Kenya and in this region is like a job that people do because it's a
blue-collar job.
Do. Yeah. And so we do have good hospitality, but it's not because it's in our heart. It's because that's the only job or that's the only course people have been able to afford, a certificate here, diploma here. You really get people who've done a bachelor's.
Went to school.
Yeah, who seriously
to be connoisseur.
Want to do it. And that's why I was saying attitude for me is a lot of it. Because if people are just doing it just because. If they don't value it, then it's first frustrating to manage them. Yeah. And then even the work environment is... Exactly.
That's why those guys, I told you, that's why they left us.
That's why they were leaving you.
And I can tell you why they left me, how I knew it was like a bad thing. They left me for like a colleague because that guy had a white name, but he was a Portuguese South African guy.
Well,
yeah, he didn't even send an email to book his hotel airport pickup, and they made me do it, and they still like you should have seen me. The humility and the Holy Spirit I have, I put it on the side. I address them as me. I said, they don't bring God into this. Like, I was so livid. And then they did it twice. The first time I was like, okay, honest mistake, very possible. Second time, I said, no, you guys, now this is too much.
See, now that kind
And then now I had even to tell them. In fact, I had to tell them, the guy is telling me, madam. So what had happened was when the guy was taking me to the car park to get to the car, he said he gets a phone call and then he's being told to get somebody else. So he says, hey, madam, I'll have to put you in airport taxi so that like I go get the other person. I say, wait a minute. And then he started explaining to me in Swahili. I said, bro, sielewi. Sasa sielewi. My company doesn't allow airport taxi, first of all. And secondly, if that guy had made his booking, the driver you had booked for him should go get him.
He should be the one in the airport taxi, excuse me.
Let me tell you, I was so mad. I started, you know the way you say it, mnajua mimi ni nani? I didn't say that. But I said, because I'd made a complaint, like I was in town like maybe 4 weeks, like a month before. I started saying, ambe we mtu kwa reception ni Ivy Kashero. So that they know this mistake cannot be repeated. When I got there, they were like, oh, we won't charge you for this airport transfer. But
that's ridiculous.
But I was like, this is bad. Yeah. And I was like, first strike, second strike, And I think sometimes I would I don't know what your thought is on this. Maybe it's something to ask you. I think the superiority complex we have sometimes on foreigners is the reason why sometimes in the hospitality industry, the service, what do I call them? Service providers are unconscious about that. So sometimes I'm like, I'm probably going to give you a tip more than like this person you're trying to, is that something you guys now as a company try to consciously work on, or is it, you don't see that as an issue maybe in your spaces at the moment?
I think we can't see it as an issue because the majority of the staff are doing it for the money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was hiring in Dubai, that would be a different story. But the workforce here are accustomed to being in hospitality just for the tips. And for the money.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
Train. Yeah, because
I'm like, train that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be from here.
Yeah. I find it insane, but it is what it is.
No, it's unfortunate. Yeah.
So on the Wednesdays where purpose doesn't feel like purpose, what gets you out of bed?
Salaries. I don't have time to mope. I do not have time. I will wake up because I know I have XYZ to do. I have invoicing. I have meetings. I have this.
That's it.
That I have to do.
Okay. So two last questions. What are you asking God for right now that you've been too embarrassed to say out loud, even to yourself? Well, please don't say salaries.
That's the pain of my existence.
I'm like, if I hear salary one more time. Okay, what is it? Outside of salaries, please, come on. You have something.
Wait, repeat the question.
What are you asking God for right now that you've been too embarrassed to say out loud, even to yourself?
Peace.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, everyone asks for that. That's not a nice one. Let me think of a nicer one.
Yeah.
Truly, what am I asking for? I'd say a breakthrough in strategy. Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone says when you're building a business, you can only build it so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have to get investors to come in, or you'd have to sell the business and have it run by other people. I don't feel that I've reached my ceiling in that case, and that's why I'm asking for a breakthrough in strategy.
Yeah.
I know eventually I will have to.
Yeah.
But I a lot of the time, especially when you, like I said, have been going through a tough time, my creative mind shuts off.
Yeah,
it shuts down. And I'm just now in problem-solving mode for a lot of the time. So strategy tends to take a back seat.
And that's where the building
happens.
Yeah.
A lot of companies with co-founders, you have two minds who balance. But now me, when I'm in the thick of things, I'm focusing on the thick of things, and then strategy takes a backseat.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for or praying for just a break, like a small break in my mind to be able to think strategically.
Yeah.
On growth. I do have ideas, but just the execution, finding the execution is now where I need a breakthrough.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Hope you get it.
Same.
The breakthrough in this season. So as we are closing up, final question, as we pray for your breakthrough, 20 years from now, when you look back at this version of you, the one sitting on this chair today, what do you hope she's most proud of?
I hope she's most proud of the lives she's impacted.
Yeah.
And the life she's built for herself.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to be working hard for the rest of my life. I do want to retire early.
Soft a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to know that I have worked hard and I have done my all and I have given my all to the world. And now I can give to myself.
Ah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. If you had to say one thing to a lady in your space right now, similar space as you, someone who's maybe thinking of coming back home to build or is thinking they want to start something of their own, what's one thing you'd tell them?
This is going to sound corny.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Everyone says, just do it, just do it. No, but really, just do it. Because
so Nike was right.
Yeah. Just...
I take it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you.
Just start.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'll figure it out. There's no book. There's no manual. There's no YouTube video that you'll watch all the YouTube videos. You'll do all the courses on entrepreneurship. You will do everything. But you'll never know. You'll never.
Yeah, until you start.
Yeah. Just take that first step. Just register the business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, that's end of episode 2. Thanks to this has been fun actually. Yeah. You'd make a good co-host actually. So family, that's it. That's both parts. And what we walked through is not a business story. It's a portrait of a woman shaped by family, formed by friendship, and rooted in values, tested by obedience. And on the other side of saying yes to God, there are 200 families being fed and an industry being reshaped. So Idza, thank you for going where most people wouldn't go on a microphone, for the silence as much as the words, and for being the kind of cousin I would always be proud of. Also to call my own, you know. Where can our listeners find you and your business, and how can they support what you're building?
You can find us on Instagram or on LinkedIn. Just search Sawari Hospitality.
Yeah.
And for myself, Idza Kashero on Instagram. I'm not an influencer, but
yeah,
there we go.
I mean, we've moved from watermelon. Like,
my last Instagram name was watermelon.
Yeah. So, and one last thing for you guys, if something Idza said today landed in your spirit, if you're sitting with a question you've been too afraid to ask, or hearing God ask you to leave the comfortable thing, then the Career Research Challenge is where we walk that out together. Spirit-led, strategy-backed, and built for people doing this work in the middle of everything else. All the details are in the show notes. Don't wait for life to get neat. Build through it. Family, that's a wrap. Until next week, go live holy, go build on purpose, and remember, this is the era you've been praying for. So walk into it. I'm your host, Ivy Kashero, and this has been the Grace and Glow Up podcast.
Gotta love, gotta love, gotta love, gotta love. Gotta love, gotta love.